Hi and welcome to the channel and our review of Burn by Deep Purple, released February 1974. Back in the early 70s, Deep Purple were absolutely massive. I can remember looking at the US Billboard charts in 1973 and seeing In Rock, Fireball, Machine Head, Made in Japan and Who Do We Think We Are all in the top 100 album. That was some achievement. But it wasn't just in the USA. Purple were a huge success around the world, selling albums and as a live act. But by 1973, cracks in the band were starting to show. 1 minute Gillan wanted to leave, then it was Ritchie Blackmore, and then finally in mid-1973 Gillan did leave, followed shortly after by Roger Glover, who was sacked as the bass player. Personally though, I think when the band finally did split up, they pushed themselves to way over the limit. Almost 450 concerts all over the world since 1970, and that's some punishing tour schedule, plus the recording and writing of 4 massive selling albums. I feel they just burnt themselves out. Purple then announced that they were bringing in Glenn Hughes from Trapeze as bassist and vocalist. So for a while I thought the band were going to be a 4-piece. Jon Lord keyboards, Ian Paice drums, Ritchie Blackmore on guitar and Hughes on bass and vocals. The next thing I heard was that Purple have also brought in the then unknown David Coverdale from, if my memory serves me right, a band called Government on vocals as well. So Deep Purple with 2 lead vocalists? I was intrigued and wondered how it would all work out. Well, on the 15th of February 1974, I got my first listen to the new Purple lineup and Burn. Burn kicks off with the epic title track, one of the best openers to any rock album ever. Classic Blackmore riff, unbelievable machine gun drumming from Ian Paice, Jon Lord joining in on the riff, giving it so much power, and Glenn Hughes providing some great bass lines. Did the twin vocalists work? You bet your life it did. Coverdale and Hughes both taking turns at lead vocals and then combining to give some of the best harmonies you will ever hear. At 2 minutes 17 seconds, chuck in a great guitar solo from Ritchie. Dare I say it, burning up the fretboard? Burn charges on at breakneck speed. No let up in power or intensity. 3 minutes 56 seconds, enter Jon Lord on Hammond organ. And another great solo. What a statement of intent from Deep Purple Mark III. Jon Lord is pushed right to the front on the next track, Might Just Take Your Life. It's a mid-paced bluesy rocker and another gem of a track. Coverdale's deep bluesy voice takes on the first 2 verses, while Glenn Hughes' white soul vocals take on the third. But it's when the 2 voices come together on the harmonies, it's just magic, a perfect combination. Another great Lord solo plays the song out, but listen to Blackmore's rhythm playing just behind the keyboards and Glenn Hughes' epic bass lines. Track 3, Lay Down Stay Down. It's another rocker and it features a tour de force by Ian Paice on the drums and a long bluesy solo from Ritchie. You know, when Blackmore was on it, and he was really on it, there were few guitarists who could match him. Track 4, the magnificent Sail Away. A nagging, insistent, funky dare I say it riff from Ritchie. Add in Lord's proggy synthesizers, but it's David Coverdale's world-weary vocals that take this track to another level. Coverdale's voice is gritty, raw and powerful, and he announces his arrival as a great rock vocalist. I know what would fit in just right here. A Jon Lord synth solo and some moody slide from Ritchie Blackmore. And right on cue, here they come. It's a great track. The next track is You Fool No One. Ian Paice said this track started off as just a little drum pattern he was playing in rehearsals, and Ritchie Blackmore then joined in. It gives the song an almost Santana-like feel. Add in some moody blues like vocal harmonies from Coverdale and Hughes, and who would have thought that Deep Purple could sound as funky as this. Lorde, Paice and Blackmore sound like they are loving this new version of Purple. Blackmore especially, as he really takes flight on this track, with the rest of the band just cooking along behind him. Why this version of Purple fell apart, I'll never know. This is a great band. I heard at the time that What's Going On Here, the next track, came from a studio jam. And again, the band sound like they're having a fantastic time. It's a song about the perils of imbibing too much alcohol. Some critics back in the day said this was just a filler track, but I really like it. Went downtown, had a long way to go. How I got there, well, I don't know. Found myself sitting in a West Side bar. Tried to leave, but I couldn't go far. High class woman trying to give me a line. Should have left early when I felt so fine. I can't stay here. There's something wrong here. What's going on here? Jon Lord gets to shine on this track with rollicking barrel house piano. Ritchie provides tasteful bluesy guitar fills, and Glenn Hughes again provides some excellent bass lines. Next up, the classic Mistreated. With its slow, majestic Blackmore riff and another superb David Coverdale performance, and you know he's feeling every word. Then Ritchie just takes flight. But again, listen to the band just behind him. Just listen to the back end of the band behind Ritchie's guitar playing. It's just magic. And so to the final track, A200. Deep Purple Go Prog. It's an instrumental. Jon Lord on moody synths. Paice and Hughes provide a marching stately beat, and Ritchie gets to shred his guitar. A nice little number to end an excellent record. Now after this album and the tour that went with it, which by the way was fantastic, I thought the band would go from strength to strength. But within a year, 18 months, tensions and conflicts arose, and sadly they only made one more album, the excellent Stormbringer, which is a real shame because I love this band. I love this version of Deep Purple, and when they were on it, whether on record or in concert, they were absolutely brilliant. So if you haven't heard Burn, rectify that immediately. Go out there and listen to it, or listen to it on YouTube, and you won't be disappointed. It's a great record. It's a great rock record. One last thing, Ian Paice has a YouTube channel called Drum Tribe Ian Paice. If you haven't seen it, it's great and well worth a look. Thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Take care, stay safe.